Hello everyone, my name is John. Welcome to Yoga Chemist. In this video I'll be teaching 5 yoga postures that you can use to reduce stress in your life. But before I dive into those, I want to talk a little bit about how yoga, and these postures in particular, are helpful in reducing stress. And it turns out it all boils down to control. So no one out there can control the environment. We can't change the weather. We can't change the amount of drivers on the road when we're late for work and stuck in traffic. Stress happens because of the conflict between what we believe the world should be like and how it actually is. By practicing yoga, we're able to focus inward to create an inner awareness on the things that we actually can control, like our breath and our body. So when life throws a wrench in the day that we expected to have, we can come back to that inner awareness, that inner focus, and be okay with ourselves, not needing to change the external circumstances that we find ourselves in. So today I'll be teaching 5 yoga postures, each of which is especially helpful in cultivating that inner awareness, so that we can reduce the amounts of stress we experience in challenging times. Please practice with me on your mat. We'll need a yoga block for one of the postures, so if you don't have one, you can just use a pillow or a blanket. We'll start in child's pose, balasana. So here, bring the knees to the edges of the mat, big toes to touch, sit the hips to the heels, and allow the fingertips to stretch forward. The forehead can meet the mat. Just allow the awareness to come to the breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. If you'd like to add movement to this pose, you can use inhales to stretch the fingertips forward, and exhales to sit the hips back. Using the breath as a tool to deepen the posture. By placing the forehead on the mat, we're compressing the pineal gland, which helps regulate our sleep and wake cycles. If your mind has drifted off, allow it to return to your breath. Take one more inhale and exhale here. With your next inhale, begin pressing up to a tabletop. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then tuck your toes and lift the hips high for a downward facing dog. We're not going to stay here though, so step the feet a little bit forward, and we'll come to hanging ragdoll, Uttanasana. So here the knees can be bent if your hamstrings are tight, but we're relaxing the neck, taking the wrinkles out of the back of the neck. Hands can come to the floor, or if it's more comfortable, you can grab for opposite elbows and allow the spine to dangle. This is an inversion, so we're taking the head below the heart. This allows fresh blood to come to the brain and nourish those cells. If you like, you can sway from side to side. Gently adding mobility to the spine. Once again, focusing on the breath, returning the mind to the breath. Your next exhale, turn your hands to the mat. And then we'll sit the hips down to the floor. And come to seated. And then have your block handy. We're going to lay back for Supta Baddha Konasana. So here, we're laying down on our backs. This is reclined butterfly pose. So soles of the feet come to touch, then knees fall out wide. Palms are face up. opening the shoulders. The eyes can come to close. Returning to the breath. Just noticing if your hips are tight and allowing gravity to draw the knees toward the floor. See if you can relax through the hips and use the breath as a tool to deepen the spine. Returning the awareness to your inhales and exhales. I'll take one more breath cycle here. Place your hands to the outside of your thighs and use your arms to press the knees to touch. Soles of the feet planted on the mat about hip width distance apart. And we'll come into a supported bridge pose. So here, walk your heels a little bit toward your glutes, and then your fingertips should be just out of reach of your heels. Grab your block here, and then press the soles of the feet into the mat to lift the hips, and then place your block underneath the hips, not underneath the lower back. So here, the block can be on the lowest setting or the middle setting, whichever is more comfortable for you. When you've found the position that works for you underneath the pelvis, allow the hips to sink. This pose is helpful for releasing lower back tension. See if you can draw your breath into your abdomen. Take one more breath cycle here, relaxing deeper into the pose with an exhale. Press your feet into the mat and lift the hips, remove the block, and set your hips back down. And from here we'll extend the legs long for Savasana, corpse pose. Allow yourself to completely relax here. So remove any tension from the jaw. Allow the tongue to release from the roof of the mouth. Eyes come to close once, twice, 3 times. And allow the awareness to drift from the eyes to the back of the skull. Completely relaxed. The focus here is on the breath. We're not trying to change anything about it. Just noticing the quality of your inhales and exhales. Gently nudging the awareness back to the breath if it's wandered off. Start bringing small movements to the fingertips and toe. Returning awareness to the body. These movements can progress to the ankles and wrists. And then when you are ready, roll onto one side, whichever one is more comfortable for you, and use your bicep as a pillow. And then, using arm strength, press the palm of your hand into the mat and come up to seated. And sitting cross-legged or whatever comfortable seated position you find. Hands here will come to heart center. Thank you for making it to your mat today. I hope that you found these poses helpful in reducing the amount of stress you're feeling. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you live with ease. I bow to you. Namaste. If you found this video helpful in creating an inner awareness in your practice, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I would love to create content that's relevant to you, so please leave a comment below about any health benefit you would like to learn more about that yoga can provide, or any yoga questions that you may have, and I'll do my best to answer them. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.